Now, I will say in recent run-ins, they also played on Cleve's cage match recently. Shout-outs to Cleve. He's currently recovering from some surgery, and I wish him a super speedy recovery. One of the big parts of all the success we've had here. He's been basically the longest-term commentator that I've had with me regularly, so it's going to be... I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss him for this month or so that he's going to be taking it easy. But, you know, Cleve has hosted some cage matches, which will be coming back as soon as he recovers, and we have seen Sully and Blue face off in those. Sully was able to take it, though. Sully was the one emerging victorious. I think Blue might have to accidentally pick Liu Kang if he's going to find his footing.
I will say, Cleve, I hope you get better. I don't know if you're watching. I do hope you get better soon. And, you know, quit ducking Sub-Zero. We'll get better. Everything will be okay.
All right.
We're already in this. Here we go.
Ooh, he's playing Dark Sabbath as well, after my own heart. Let's go. Show me how this matchup works, because I fucking hate it. Look at this Cetrion skin, though. She is so radioactive looking.
That is very cool.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't seen that before. I see the purple one. Like, the purple ones are pretty glowy, the ones that came from whatever the Quan Chi season was, but that is an incredibly glowy. Okay, there we go. So those Hell's Wraths from above, she gets her toes down as far as she can, ends up getting clipped there by the Spirit Ball from Blue.
Oh, here we go. Keeping him at bay with these large projectiles.
I think he's trying to teleport there. Missed the input. The problem, this is definitely going to be, particularly with Dark Sabbath, a game of trying to chase down Cetrion. Cetrion does a great job of kind of keeping people away, and Noob Saibot is no exception. He doesn't have any great anti-zoning tools himself. Teleport is a little bit too slow. You have to preemptively do it almost feels like. He's got the Sickle Port as well, which can get him in sometimes, but that's unsafe on block. So if they are waiting for it, you can kind of hang yourself. So this is going to likely be an exercise in Blue, just looking to chase down Sully to see if he can get his hands on him. The thing is, though, when he does chase him down and catch him, he's able to hit like 40% bread and butters in the mid-screen as well. So the damage is going to be in Blue's favor if he can just get in there and open her up.
I will say with Cetrion, though, you're kind of playing in her game plan right now with Noob. Her whole thing is to keep you out. She doesn't do a lot of damage. She does a lot of zoning, but none of it's really high damage. But what she excels in is keeping you away from her. So Noob's got an uphill battle.
Yeah, absolutely. Noob right now sitting on Fatal Blow here, tried to catch with a teleport, and that teleport is a deadly high. If it gets blocked, you are risking massive damage. So Blue tried to make the call out, not going to come through here, and Sully will take game one.
And that's the main problem right there with that variation is, like you said, you kind of have to preemptively plan when you're going to do that, and eventually you're going to guess wrong and you're going to get punished for it big time.
Yeah, I think you can maybe get in time if you react really quickly to a boulder throw coming out. There might be enough time to get there from a full screen one. But you know, that is sometimes it feels like it's a hard read. You got to kind of call them out on it, and it'll blow you up if you mess it up. So Blue gonna go ahead and switch now over to Spawn instead here. I've actually really enjoyed watching Blue spawn. On the Xbox side of things, I think K7 also would be on the list, but we haven't seen any really prominent Spawn players. This is another character that players kind of think has some flaws and struggles, but in the right hands with the right spacing, this character can be incredibly powerful. So we're going to see if Blue can find that spacing. He's going to be able to use those chains and the cape to kind of avoid some of the offense, but still, you know, Cetrion's going to be able to consistently push him outside of that range, and that's where the problem begins.
Spawn's got a lot of pluses going for him. I mean, he's got incredibly quick down jabs.
Oh yeah, Soul Warrior plays Spawn as well. I always see you play Shao. Soul Warrior's got a really good Spawn too. Soul Warrior's got a really good Spawn as well.
Really good, kind of that footsie range, folks. And he's got a really fast projectile. And he does amazing damage. So even more so, we kind of see a trend here, I guess, but if he gets his hand on you, it's a lot of damage, just 350 plus.
Speak of the devil, there's the breakaway, gonna need to catch him again. The only reason I didn't think of Soul Warrior is because for some reason I exclusively think of Soul Warrior as Shao Kahn, because he's my favorite Shao Kahn to watch. He is the Emperor himself in my eyes. I always view them one and the same. He embodies that character very well. The patience on that man, unprecedented. It forces me to jump way too often. I'm ashamed of myself.
Here we go. Back to the throw. Kind of punish him. And again, Cetrion's doing what Cetrion does. Just try to keep him out of his optimal range. So far, she's been great at it, keeping him off his toes and just hitting him with these little bitty combos that do damage, but nowhere near what Spawn produce. But then again, if Spawn never gets a chance to touch you, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, right now Spawn having a hard time opening her up. There's that rock wall, back to square one. Gets caught with a boulder trying to close the gap. This time the charge will come through. Has to take a big risk to do that, though. You know, if she was sitting there waiting for it, that is death on block. Nice throw to open him up, but gonna put him at a full screen disadvantage. And there's that rock wall, 17 active frames. It's out forever. And Sully will take game 2. Bluelink, unfortunately, unable to find his footing here, even with the switch. And he's gonna be making his final character selection here. It'll be interesting to see who it is. Is it going to be accidental Liu Kang? Is he going to go back on to Aaron Black, the character that he played at the outset? Or maybe he'll return over to Noob Saibot? I am curious to see what answer Bluelink wants. I have a feeling it could even be Collector as well, but we'll see.
I think a lot of characters do match up well against Cetrion, but I'm just not convinced in my own experience or my own viewing even that it's either Spawn or Noob Saibot.
Blue contemplating, yep, trying to figure it out, taking his time here. Who will it be?
Yeah, make him wait the 40 seconds, take a deep breath, grab you a beer. Oh, he has faith in Spawn, so here we go.
Okay, the damage output from Spawn is really solid. He can get about 40% for some meter, and it ends in a restand as well, so you don't have to worry about get-up options, which is a big part of this game, and characters that can prevent those get-up options, that's huge.
Yeah, I'm not saying Spawn's a bad character. He has a lot of incredible tools going for him. It's just that against Cetrion, he has a few holes, I think. But if he ever does get in, like we talked about, if he ever does get to the point where he can get some combos off, he can make all of those hits that she does go away in a second.
All right, forces a breakaway out of Sully early. That was an accidental breakaway. So that is going to be interesting to see now, because if Blue gets his hands on her now, he'll be able to actually output that massive damage we've been talking about. We haven't had a chance to see it just because Sully's been doing such a good job of keeping his distance that by the time that Blue actually ends up getting in, oftentimes those defensive bars are back. Even as we look at it now, halfway there to having his breakaway come back, and Blue still no closer to getting his hands around that Elder Goddess's throat.
I do like what he was doing there. Now his projectile is incredibly quick. If he can time it out right, he can catch her. Then again, you have to worry about the teleport.
Yeah.
He just showed us that teleport can just make all that disappear in weeks.
That's the thing about Cetrion. She's a really good zoner, but has great anti-zoning tools to boot on top of that. So, you know, she's doing all that zoning. You try to zone back, and she can teleport in and definitely get in your face. Blue just going to go ahead and let rip here with the Fatal Blow. This should be enough damage for the kill as well. So Blue is going to go ahead and claim round 1. The other thing, too, that's important about this is he will be keeping this corner positioning here. I guess it's not fully cornered, but, you know, Sully does not have a lot of room behind him, and if he reads a teleport or something like that, he will be able to punish it.
Now, if he can read that teleport, it'll be a big time punish. We're talking 30 to 40%.
Oh, not going to get it, though.
And you feel that that's what he was just baiting out. Just shoot that teleport, shoot that projectile, and let me get out of this corner, and he did a great job of it.
Now trying to work his way in, though. Flawless block. That's going to prevent that pushback, but there it is. That breakaway already back in time for Sully to yet again avoid that massive damage that Spawn can output. That is where the problems lie.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't matter how much damage you do. If you can only get in every 30 seconds or so, and you let her breakaway get back up, I mean, she's just going to jump out of it and start the whole mess over.
Yep, exactly. That is where the problems start to materialize here. All right, Spawn throwing his fireball. Have to, of course, be constantly wary of the teleport coming in. And the other thing, too, breakaway about to be back here for Sully. Sully's got the breakaway as well. Speaking of breakaway, Blue is going to go ahead and spend his. Is he going to be able to get his hands on her? And when he does, is he going to be able to do it again? Okay, she spent the roll. That is going to be huge here for Blue. Oh, dropped the combo a little early. Didn't get the restand.
He still got 335, though.
Yeah, still good damage.
But still good damage. It's kind of hard to totally just screw up Spawn's damage output.
Yeah, as long as you can't break away out of the soul charge or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. As long as he can't break away out of the charge, he's still able to get some decent damage. Oh, Oh no, he tried to jump the geyser, and that time ends up rolling right into the waiting boulder. Sully is going to go ahead and take it 3-0 over Blue. Blue was trying to find his footing there, but I mean, that is a difficult matchup for sure. You know, that character just does a great job of keeping you out. Spawn is no exception to that. There's a handful of characters that can get around it, but Spawn does have to kind of brave the obstacle course, and that is not only a test of your skill, but it's a test of your patience and how unfrustrated you can get. I genuinely think it's baked into the Cetrion